So holy fucking shit. Life is crazy. Ever since I started this, I've been swept away in it, you know? And I'm that kind of person. Like, I'm very determined. And whenever I start doing something, I am committed to it. A few months ago, the hyperfixation was reading. I just read constantly. And that was really fulfilling, actually, and felt really good. And it was stretching, and it was nice to be grounded in myself, you know? And I feel like I've kind of fallen out of touch with that ever since I've gotten into this, which is kind of probably, and also I want to just say that a reason for a lot of my depression is because I stopped smoking weed, which I was smoking every day, all the time. And I think I was having a lot of emotional swings because of that. And it's hard whenever you're in that because you can't tell, you know? You're just like, oh, I feel like shit, why? You know, that, and a lot of the things that I said are very true, you know, like, they're all true. You know, I really do feel lonely sometimes. And, you know, I also got out of a tough relationship recently. And I also had a very close friendship that ended. So, you know, or it didn't, that's not a good way to say it. Just, you know, when something isn't working and you can't keep it around because it's comforting, because it's not working. That's kind of where I've been in my life with most things, you know, actually all things, even weed. And so I've had to get rid of I don't like that. I've had to navigate myself, and that comes with a lot of ups and downs. And you know, I got this one comment that was actually fairly rude. Most of them are so nice. It's crazy how like the one comment can just crush you. But it was so rude. And it's just like made my whole energy feel like, ugh, I need to just remember me. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to say something that's kind of harsh, but at the end of the day, I am all I have. I've learned that time and time again. I have gone through a lot in my life, and I am the only one who knows that. And I do not expect people to stand by me if they hear or see a certain version of me they don't understand, if that makes sense, because I am incredibly human, you know, and so if I hurt and I film that, somebody could take that out of context, you know, and that can be really painful for me, you know? So I just have to prioritize myself, and so I really don't want to lose touch with myself. And when I was a lot smaller, it was kind of easy to kind of just post whatever. And I'm still small, but like, I don't know, 100 is a lot to me. And I have to come back home right now, which is crazy because like the video that like literally dragged everyone to me is about feeling lonely. So you'd think I'd be like, yay, there's all of these people now. But I'm like, oh, I just need to recalibrate and love on myself because, you know, I'm waking up overstimulated and excited. And today was a lot for me. I love it. I love it so much. But it's also terrifying, you know? I don't like being judged or overly praised either, you know? I've experienced a lot of abusive dynamics, and so, you know, a lot of that kind of makes me turn on my self-protectiveness, you know? I've never done this before. I just posted a video like 12 days ago. Which, by the time you see this, it's probably different. I don't know if I'm even gonna post this, but You know what I mean? So, I just want to say really quick, like, everything you see about me is incredibly on the spot, you know? I wouldn't say I could make somebody understand me through a few interactions. And I've been misunderstood a lot. And I've also misunderstood myself a lot. But I'm at a place where I really understand myself and I know who I am. And I think that's helped me become a much more loving person and kind of embrace that softness in me instead of thinking, you know, because I used to have so many people tell me who I am, and that just made me so angry and hateful and sad. And so I'd rather be alone than that. I just want to say that real quick. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I just wanted to say, like, I don't expect everybody to understand me or like me. And that's why I am literally my own best friend. And even though it might not be likable all the time, I'm always gonna be on my own side, you know? So yeah, I just want to, you know, read more of my book, which I'm almost done with, because I have been reading it. Oh, damn. Well, I thought I was further along than I was, but, you know, I used to finish a book every 4 days, and it was so nice and exciting, because then I'd buy another one, and I'd read that one. It's like a... And I just want to get back into that right now. And I just want to get back into, you know, journaling, and I just need to get back in touch with myself, you know? This isn't like me being like saying anything, it's just me acknowledging that on camera. It's just me saying, I want to love on me right now. That's what I need right now. This is so incredibly overwhelming. It's actually weird to go from living completely just, you know, me, to then putting myself out there. It's very intimidating. It's very intimidating, especially since it keeps growing. You know, there were nights whenever I was like, damn, fuck, maybe I'm gonna stay at 53 subscribers for the rest of my life. And I was like, maybe I'm okay with that. And then today is just like, and I'm just like, whoa, wait, hold on, what's happening? I don't know what I'm putting out onto the internet. You know what I mean? And so, you know, it's just crazy. God, the internet is crazy and scary and intimidating. And oh my God, I'm used to just, you know, being on Pinterest. Instagram was the most I got, and it was people I knew. So it was like very different than this. This is incredibly different for me and incredibly intimidating. And I'm realizing now just how brave it is to do this. But that's kind of what this chapter has been about. And when I say this chapter, I mean April to today for me. I have been facing my fears. I left an abusive relationship that meant the world to me. And I had to rebuild myself completely. And that was so painful, you know, to come back to zero again. You know, with very little money and very little hope, you know. And then here I am today, broadcasting it all, you know. And it's just like, hot damn. But I'm proud nonetheless, you know, because I also in that fear thing, there was a point where I was afraid to just go get dinner by myself. It was scary, not because I hadn't done it, but I think because I had re-traumatized myself. And then there were things that, yeah, no, I hadn't done, like go to the movies by myself. That intimidated me genuinely at a point, which is hard to imagine now because I've done it, you know. And there's still things that intimidate the fuck out of me that I want to do, you know. Like, there are other things, you know. So I'm scared. Why? Because every day is scary. Every day is this huge leap of faith in a new way. But I'm very courageous and very resilient. And I really believe that I have strength to take on a lot of things. And I think I've always thought that I could persevere through anything. And so I'm not going to let fear stop me. But I am going to recalibrate. I am going to come back. I'm probably going to pick up meditation, honestly, again, because I'm going to need just some slow breathing moments and some quiet moments. I'm probably going to start getting up at like 6 a.m. just to have a lot of time with myself again, because, you know, I'm still balancing my regular life and then this, and that's, I know it sounds really dumb to say that, but it's like incredibly intimidating right now. Because I'm just like, you know, and I have a lot of fears, you know, because it's scary to just be like, hi, this is me. Please don't judge me. You know, I'm not a perfect person. You know, don't put me on that pedestal, because I could potentially let you down, and most likely will, because I'm a human, you know. And just know that I'm just a girl who's just sitting behind a camera. I'm not anything like special, you know what I mean? Like, you know. So, but nonetheless, thank you. You know, it's intimidating and it's scary, and I don't know what in the universe thinks I'm ready for this, but I must be, right? You know, I must be. You know, I've gone through a lot, you know, with people in my life, and I think I have the armor for this kind of thing, but it's so scary. I think the biggest thing I ever did was TikTok, and once again, that was like with people I knew, you know. It's really different whenever it's people you know versus complete strangers. Because you know how much you can get away with being a stranger? You know, you could just tell me I'm a fucking, you could just say something that could really crush me, you know, and it could just make me so sad. But yeah, that's life for you. People are mean, right? I don't know. And this really isn't just because of one hate comment. I mean, that really did hurt, but it just reminded me that, yeah, I need to remember, like, people, like, as Doja Cat says, people are, this isn't what she says, but this is kind of what she alludes to, right? Shifty. People just shift up. People like you, people hate you, people like you, people hate you, you know? So I can't put all my worth into this, you know? I just can't. I just cannot. I'll literally end up in shambles. So if anything, this is a video to myself, to remind myself that, like, girl, you are so much more than a YouTube channel. I love you. And I love everybody that's watching. Even though it's so scary. And happened so quick. Literally 12 days. Holy crap. I didn't even think about it working out that way, because I just was like, I'm gonna post a video. Like, it's probably not gonna gain any views. That's crazy. Anyways, thank you.